Hey you folks, Quilly18 here, and welcome to another episode of Let's Play Football Manager 2017. We are playing Ayr United. This is our third season, and the first one where we try to compete in the Premiership League over here. Most likely we're going to end smack dab mid-table here, basically where we are in 7th place or something very similar to that. But we'll see what we can do. Today we face a very difficult challenge in terms of the Celtics, which are number 1 rated here. And actually, our next match after this is going to be against the Rangers. So, booking wins going to be a little bit tricky. Doubly so because we actually got a couple of injuries in practice here. Both our lead goalkeeper, Alexis Sauvage, as well as the golden-headed Ricky Lambie have injuries, unfortunately. So, they're not going to be able to be playing with us. We still need to trim down this list in general, but we're working on it in some way, in one way or another. But the other thing that happened is, in between episodes here, we actually got the Scottish youth intake triggered, and we've got a couple of really interesting additions here. If you take a look at these people with the youth flag, we've got a bunch because the normal you know, the youth coach or whatever likes to sign a bunch of things, and I said, yeah, you know what, go ahead, just right away. But I made sure to specifically sign a couple of people to very locked-in 3-year contracts, like John Reed here. Now, technically, he might, yeah, he's temporarily still on a youth contract, but we've gone ahead and pre-signed a professional contract for when he turns 16 here. We want to lock this guy down because, I mean, look at his potential stars over here. I mean, already he'd be able to play on the senior team. He's good enough to potentially play on the senior team already as, like, you know, a substitute or a backup or rotation character, something like that. Excuse me. But massive potential ability over here. He actually generated with a determination of 8 frickin' teen, natural fitness of 15, which I really like. You know, he's not going to be like an exciting upfront player because he's a defender over here, but he should be a super solid defender. Look at this. He's already got a value of 8.5k effectively. He is going to be a very strong player, I think, certainly. It'd be nice if his work rate was a little higher, which I think you mostly do that by yelling at them and when things go poorly if they're not training well. So we'll try to keep an eye on that and see. Although I'm still going to have my youth coach mostly handle the under-20s, if at all possible. But yeah, if we could get him faster, he's not super fast as is, but if we could get him a little faster and even work on his dribbling going forward, he could be a very aggressive sort of wing-back kind of character. But here, he's looking like he'd probably be a fairly good defensive, like proper, you know, probably as like a full back in a support role kind of thing. This will highlight the important things for that, for example. The aggression of 17 and the bravery of 17 are really good. He's going to be willing to sacrifice his body to stop people a lot. If we get his marking and his tackling up, he is going to be a defensive powerhouse. So the somewhat lower crossing, passing, and then, yeah, the acceleration and pace will make him a little harder to use in a more supporty or attacking role, but we might be able to train that up as well. We'll see. I think I'm focusing on strength right now, although, again, my assistant coach might decide to overwrite this. But, yeah, training him as a fullback over here, so we'll be trying to get his crossing, his passing, his speed up, and yeah, I'm focusing a little bit more on the strength because I think the strength might hold him back a little bit on his potential really good aggressive play. So yeah, because you can't train aggression and bravery, which is why it's not highlighted over here, but training his anticipation would be quite nice. Anyway, so that's John Reed. The other youth intake here, we've got a great goalkeeper. Someone with, again, potentially very high potential. Not as high in natural fitness. I don't know if that's as important as a goalkeeper. Determination's only 11. But, you know, good stuff. Eccentricity of 18. Tendency to do the unexpected with or without the ball. I don't know exactly what that means. But, you know, we've got some things. The goalkeeper stats are quite a bit different. He looks like he might develop pretty good. And, again, he's got some pretty decent value already in there. And he could even play on a senior team if push came to shove. There was someone else I'd wanted to highlight, I thought. Was it just one of these people that we've had around for a bit? I mean, yeah, we've got 6'5" Peter Wilson over here. I think I did actually sign him to a contract. I think I had to sign him a little bit more. I don't know why he doesn't have the youth tag. Oh, he's 16, that's why. He's not on a youth contract. I think I signed him to a proper contract. 6.5... yeah, 6'5", 13 jumping reach already. Good ability, like potential ability in here. Already a heading of 10, a marking of 13, a tackling of 14. Great determination. Good bravery, not as aggressive, but, you know, again, a masterful defender. And this heading should be truly amazing, I would think. So we've got some really good people down the pipe. I think we've been looking at Jim Gray before as well. He's another central defender here. Not as good jumping reach or heading, despite, you know, he's not short or anything like that. But again, that 18 determination, we've got those driven stats. We've got quite a few youngsters. I think that'll have some potential. A couple of them are goalkeepers. One of these guys actually snagged from another team. It might have been this. Again, this, you know, it's a lot of defensive stuff. In terms of upfront sexiness, well, that's just Steven Kinzel, which I put down on the under-20s so that he could get a little bit more experience. You know, we've got some midfielders over here. I guess Ross Lyon, actually, I just realized, is a striker midfielder, defensive right. What are we looking at? I mean, he can play in so many different roles. It's actually kind of surprising. I wonder if at this point, if we just, like, would we want to train him up front? He's not that strong. He's got, you know what? He's got such great speed and pace and acceleration. First touch, okay, weak finishing, great crossing. Yeah, no, this is going to be really good. I don't know what he set, advanced playmaker. I would put him as defensive right and actually train him explicitly more as, like, a wing back over here with, like, more aggression up front. We do need to get his stamina up. In fact, I'm going to stay on stamina here. Regardless of what we end up playing him as, the stamina would be good. But yeah, he's got enough speed to really actually be quite a force over there. His passing would have to go up, but his crossing's great. I don't know. That to me is sort of where we are. Although defensively he's not very strong. I don't know actually how to play this guy the best. You know what I mean? Like that is kind of wonky. No, Ross Lyon. I don't know. Anyway, we got some interesting things. In any case, today we are facing the Celtics, and we don't have Alexis Sauvage or Ricky Lamy. They are out with injuries, which is kind of disappointing, but we'll do what we can. Very, 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 very hard game for us to win this one here, of course. The Celtics are going to be pretty overwhelming. The injuries were all coming in practice. They probably happened because we did put up the practice intensity because we had like 2 weeks off basically. So it seemed good, but yeah, it did lead to a couple of injuries. Nothing too like major, but it's there. Way short of being fully fit. Yeah, we're not going to be. I mean, we could, but we're not gonna. Why risk it? So we've met the Celtics 3 times so far. They've won every single match. Not really a surprise. We're playing away. It is breezy and rainy. 46,000 tickets sold over here, though. That's the difference when you play the Celtics, and we'll get a cut of that. Referee's not the most aggressive referee. We might actually want to tackle a little bit more aggressively to compensate for that. We do have to close down more set, and that might be okay. We've got a lot of custom instructions, and I don't know if these guys are skillful enough to really pull it off, but so far it's going okay. And yeah, we got Nicky Devlin in there because we had... oh yeah, because, what's his face? Tony Ralston is ineligible because this is his own club and he's not allowed to play against his own club. So we're going to go as is. I don't know. Hopefully it's okay. We'll see. But I am very happy about like our prospects of the future. Clearly we're going to stay in the Premiership over here. 1-6. We're 10-1 against. Team 5-1 against a draw. Wow. Not the best weather for football. You know, adjustments on the fly, it's fine. Yeah, it is disappointing to me missing him. We were prepared for this eventuality, it would be fine. Bit of a break recently, now it's 14 days. There'll be some rust to shake off, sure. I mean, that might be the most... Woo, look at this structure! I don't think we've ever seen someone play this. 5-3-2 with wingbacks over here. Yeah, they're quite a bit more forward. Very interesting. I like it. Opposition instructions. Yeah, tackle everyone hard. It's fine. Even if we might draw penalties over here, honestly, our only hope is going to be to try to, like, slow these guys down. We're going to be huge underdogs. No pressure? No. Go out there and pull off an upset. Yeah, no one really believes it, but let's pretend. I could do some individual chats, but we're going to leave it as is, and we're just going to start the match. Yeah, that is pretty miserable weather, not going to lie. So we're in our red kit today, about to get demolished by the people in the white and green. Andy Geegan with an aggressive tackle there. I know there's like a hidden dirtiness stat, and I don't think there's any way to see it. But I figure Andy's probably got it a little higher. Poor Andy's definitely starting to reach the end of his career. We may have a chance of retraining him as someone just a little bit more passive on the back line, but I don't know. I don't know. His stats definitely keep dropping. It's a bit of a shame because he's been great for us. Although, if I recall correctly, we might have gotten a news item about him actually paying for his own coaching course. I think he's looking to become a coach. And so we might do, when it's time for his contract negotiation, we could just consider offering him a coaching contract, which would be kind of interesting. I've never actually just done that, but it's certainly something you can do. Anyway, back to the match. Crawford over to Fraser. Fraser just boots it from a distance, using his classic thing. In fact, it's actually a little surprising that Thomas and Nikicha didn't try to go for that ball. It's probably unlikely to get, but there might have been a chance to pick up that rebound. We're 3-3 on shots. Possession is 68%. I don't know why that's happening. Close him down. Who's this? Lee? Maybe. Let's... Lee. Was it not a last name? Oh, it must have been first name. Oh, yeah, we're not... You know what? Here. Close him down. Done. That's fine. Caleb Crane loses the ball over there. Looks like it was taken away from him with ease. I don't know what our possession is so freaking high. Our passes have been fantastic. The Celtics are doing very poorly with the passes, but... Whoa, denied over there. Well, there was nothing denied. He just simply missed the net completely with that header. But 35 minutes in, man, if we can somehow grind this out to a 0-0 draw, I'm going to be ecstatic. Robbie Crawford gets a talking to. Corner for the Celtics over here. Oh, that is an interesting take on a corner. Oh, my God, he just beats us with ease. Mermelot is just going to have to deflect away, leading to another corner. I feel like Alexis might have just, like, palmed that one completely instead of giving it up, but we'll see how it goes. Another corner. Maguire clears it. Griffin with the shot from a distance, but that goes far out. Like, that's a lot of power, though. Very interesting what they're doing there. We might have to, like, give a little bit of a tighter mark on Griffin during the special plays here, but we have been practicing our defending against sets pieces, so we apparently are doing okay. You know what? Like, honestly, I'm pleased with how things are going. Keep it up. Yeah, looking extremely delighted. I guess so. Maybe I should talk to the board and offer to play a possession-style football going forward. Because we might. I mean, honestly, our tighter structure, I think, leads a little bit more to that, because we don't have to do as much long-distance direct passing. Fraser sent... Oh, that would have been a great, amazing play forward to Thomas. But the problem is, we're playing against a team that is so much better that they were able to intercept that with no problems whatsoever. Energy levels are good so far. No one playing too terribly badly. Still 60-40 in possession. Oh, Magat. Oh! Magat fails to clear that, which does lead to a goal against. I'm not going to... I mean, maybe that's a mistake. Maybe it's not. I don't know. To me, that just looked like a heck of a lot of bad luck. Maguire, with the free kick, goes well over. We could do a little bit of cycling here. I don't think... You know what? Let's try to keep our strikers a little sharper. We'll get Nyane and McGuffey in here. Just make sure the things stay up. And I'm going to bring in Sasha on the defense. Subbing out Flanagan, whose morale is a little lower. There we go. Triple sub quite early on. I mean, you know, maybe that's foolish. Maybe we should still be playing for a draw. But it feels a little difficult. In this way, we can keep it up a little bit higher, have a little bit more backups available, and ready to go for our Rangers match. It is unlikely that we can, you know, not lose that many of them. If we lose by only one, that's probably a relatively good performance. Here we go, getting cornered on again. We are, like, quite far behind on the shots on goal here. Magat clears it from the penalty box, but again, they keep up the offense. There's Sasha Kotic. Does clear it properly to McGuffey, who tries to pass it across to Nyane, but unfortunately passes it too far behind. That was just a passing failure. Nyane was in a good position, I would say. That pass was also a failure. Robbie Crawford picks it up, though, keeps the action going. He's going to center it over to Chris Maguire, who can send it forward to... I'm very surprised that Maguire didn't pass it up to Craig McGuffey, because to me that would have looked like a good opportunity. But again, I think that, like, a lot of the performance in game is relative to the other team, so our players will look like they're playing worse just because they're up against stronger players. I don't know. He could just be having an off day. He could be intimidating. Andy Geegan running clear across the entire field and picks up the ball like it's nothing, like it was given to him. Okay, Sasha Kotic keeps the ball in the offense. Gary Fraser sends it wide to Caleb Crane. Caleb Crane's got a good opportunity, I think, to get it to Maguire. Oh, to Fraser, actually. Fraser boots it up to McGuffey, who one-times it to Nyani, who takes the shot. Honestly, that was really good. Delivered with a fair amount of power and away from the goalkeeper, forcing a bit of a dive. Of course, this is a really high-quality goalkeeper. I think against a lot of other teams that would have gone in. Maguire with the corner. I think that was Fraser with the header. Unfortunately, it goes well wide. In fact, we just give up possession like that, and we may be a little bit in a rough spot. This is just a deep dump. No, but it's picked up by the Celtics. This team, they're maniacal, but Caleb Crane picks it up. Might have run out there for a throw-in. It's hard to see because the highlight did end at that point. We've come back up on shots. Celtics haven't had a shot on us in a while, and we've actually gotten a few. Technically, that there counted as a shot, but, I mean, really? Did it? I don't know. I mean, it did on paper, but it was a little bit crazy. Caleb Crane sends it up to Nyani. Nyani's going to have to center it up to Maguire. Maguire back to the flank on Crane. Crane sends it up to Nyani, who's got a lot of space. He can potentially boot it ahead of Maguire, or McGuffey is what I was looking for. He held it too long. No one wants to pass it to McGuffey. It feels like that's the second time we could have done maybe a through pass ahead, and McGuffey might have been able to run it. We'll see. Fraser, it looks like he's going to take a big punt at the ball here, and he does. Unfortunately, it goes well wide and does not lead to a corner. We've got about probably 7 or 8 minutes left in the game here, and it feels hard to imagine that we'll get another opportunity to maybe get a shot, but we are in the offense over here. Maguire sends it a little bit past to Crawford, sends it wider to Crane, who's got a little bit of room to maneuver, maybe getting it up to Maguire again. Indeed, that is what happens. Up to Nyani, who's going to have to dump it fairly quick. No, they didn't go after him. Back to Geegan, who can probably get to Fraser. No, Maguire. Interesting. Maguire sends it to McGuffey finally, although McGuffey can't make the run here, but Nyani's got an angle on his right foot. But this defense, too much pressure, and this goalkeeper, way too much literally on the ball for us to be able to do anything about that. Certainly getting very tired out there. Pretty intense game, even though the low-tempo match, we're having to work hard to... There we go, goalkeeper finally does a dive there. Try to get it out of the way. Nyani's going to be able to pick it up. That is full time. I mean, I got to say, only being down by 1 against the Celtics, yeah, I mean, you know, nobody expected to win, but you gave it your all. There we go. At least people are happy about that. Player of the match, Caleb Crane. I got to say, he has played very well for us. Full-time rating, he ended up with a 7.3, despite the fact that we never scored, never got any assists or anything like that. I got to say, that is actually a really impressive rating. People did keep delivering the ball to him, presumably because he was in a good position a lot to do that, and he must have been connecting the passes a lot. We could look at individual stats, but I think we're going to be okay with this. Yeah, I mean... It's not too shabby. Too bad, you know, no televised matches over here. Probably because, you know, we're not that significant. Nyani vows to end goal drought. Well, that would be nice. We'll see what we can do. Linking you with the vacant Aberdeen post. No. I mean, if we're going to make a jump, if we're ever going to change teams as this particular manager, it's not going to be to another Scottish team. Like, especially not one of the opponents of Ayr United. So I will... I'll be assertive. Not much of those stories. If there is, it's news to me. So really, you know, kind of a full denial of what's going to happen. That player reacted badly to something, which is too bad. Is there anyone we want to yell at? I don't know. Nyani has vowed to end the goal drought. He hasn't been getting that much time. We could start him a bit more. Give him a chance to score. Thomas continues to play really well. You know, like with these ratings, I'm just wondering, why don't we just run these two again? McGuffey and Thomas. What the hell, right? Their ratings right now are higher than the other two strikers. Let's do it. Plus, we can keep cycling them and keep them fresh or something like that. Although Nyani's down to a 95. You know what? Actually, I will do this. McGuffey and Nyani over here. They can get a little bit more sharpness in the match that we don't really expect to win. The Rangers won, and that might not be too bad of an idea. I'm thinking we're going to do some of the same thing over here. Because brace some of his sharpness. He's been playing really well, too. Grant has had very little play. His sharpness might be almost too low. Like, I don't know if it makes sense to necessarily do this, but a little bit of cycling is good. Give people a little bit more rest, reduce chance of injuries, for example. That might not be too shabby. Ross Doherty. Let's swap. Yeah, you don't like that roll. Crawford's a little more comfortable, but not that much. Ebu Adams, you're not injured anymore, are you? You know what? Let's bring in Ebu. Yeah. Actually, that's going to be a good idea. I'm okay with that. And, I mean, I suppose we could even do this. Like, really do a bunch of... Emmanuel Thomas actually has a higher star rating and readiness for the role. I think we'll be giving these guys a chance, and this actually might work out even better. We'll see how it goes. So the next match, Rangers in 7 days. What's our competition stats? Does everyone have the same number of games played? No, Hearts haven't played them all. We're still in 7th over it here. Falkirk is actually getting awfully close to passing us, and Partick Thistle could actually tie us if they win and we lose our next one. And, I mean, really, a loss is pretty much to be expected. Luckily, Hearts and Aberdeen haven't made much movement over there. We still have to play them. We're playing both of these teams in our last 2 matches of the year, so if we can book a win against one of them, that would be brilliant. How's our training situation right now? Yeah, this is probably okay. I'm going to bring this down. Something a little bit more than like that. We're still focusing a little bit on our defensive training, which is probably okay. I would like to get a little match tactics training in there. Then we're going to go back to main focus. Actually, I think what's probably going to happen here, the main focus is just balance, which I guess is okay. But we could just focus a little bit specifically on attack after this and see if we can figure something out there. But maybe just some match prep or something might be the other way to go, like focus on some attacking movement or something. I mean... This is still an away game. So we might still have to think a little bit more defensively here. Maybe we could do a week of balance. We could do it at a higher intensity, actually, with the week off. And then over here, we could do another week of maybe defensive focus before we go in there. Something of that nature. We'll see how it goes. Thanks for watching, folks. I'll see you guys next time.